When I was younger, I used to play a lot of video games. Not so much the shoot 'em up kind, but what were called grand strategy games. You'd be the leader of some country, and over the course of a couple hundred or 1,000 years, you build up a civilization and try to take over the world. Now, a cool feature of these games is that while you control the individual cities and troops like up close, you could zoom out and get the bigger picture of your empire. You could see how all of the individual parts played a role in the overall strategy. Today we begin this semester's reflections on our life in brotherhood, or fraternity. And when I think of fraternity, I tend to think of our concrete daily interactions. As our brother Matthew is so fond of saying, and God gave me brothers. Or I think of it as a concept. Brotherhood is at the heart of our individual vocations, and just as a married couple vow themselves to one another, we vow ourselves to this fraternity. It's the context in which we're called to holiness. But this is not where our constitutions begin its reflection on fraternity. They actually zoom out and set our brotherhood in what is really a grand vision. They set brotherhood within the context of the life of the Trinity and salvation history. So just to pull out a few assertions made by our constitutions, brotherhood has its foundations in the love and the unity of the Trinity. In salvation history, Christ was sent as the firstborn among brothers, that through his death and the gift of the Holy Spirit, humanity might become one brotherhood. Our brotherhood is a human space where the Trinity dwells, and which reflects the unity of the church. And our brotherhood is to be a leaven and a testimony of the unity of the church. So to me, this is an incredible vision of what brotherhood is. And it's something that I think I would say that I've seen in hints and glimpses. I think I see it in the joy and the noise that comes from any fraternal gathering whenever we get together as a province. And I think we see it in the way that God works through the diverse gifts and personalities that we all have when we come together and minister as brothers. And I think we see it in the vulnerability and intimacy when brothers open up in faith sharing and like at our recent Alverno retreat. In experiences like these, I can't help but feeling that God is at work. That this is somehow an insight into the inner love of God. And a foretaste of the unity that we're all created for and destined for. There's a tangible beauty to the unity of our brotherhood. But at the same time, it's very easy to lose this grand vision in the routine of daily life. It's not exactly at the forefront of my mind as I stumble half awake in the chapel for morning meditation, or when we're sitting patiently in our house chapters, or when somebody's taking the keys to the car that we signed out. So often our vision of brotherhood becomes quite narrow, and it's tied to the immediate experience of our brothers. So my challenge or prayer for us today as we embark on our reflections on chapter 6 of our Constitutions is that we might have the eyes to see our brotherhood in a renewed light and a broader vision. A vision that in the daily experiences of our life as brothers, we are in fact encountering the divine. A vision that recognizes in our brotherhood an experience of the mystery of God's love, a dwelling place of the Trinity, and a foretaste of the unity that God desires for all people.